I just need to make sure I have audio before I start jibber jabbering. Okay, I got it. I got it. I got audio. Good morning, NLC. Good morning, Iron Galactus. How art thou? You guys doing good? Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Yes, we are. We are live. We are going to be kind of all over the place for this next hour. Shout out real quick to CGC fan. He gave me some books to look up, and they just kind of triggered something for me to talk about, which I'm glad. Let's just say this. I'm glad that he mentioned the books that he did, because it allows me to ramble and rant some more. So I'm just playing, but seriously. Anyways, real quick, y'all know I gotta do what I gotta do. Just a couple of quick plugs, and we will get this party started. I'm still doing pressing. It's been going very, very well. I want to thank people who have reached out to me for wanting books to be pressed. It's good. It's really, really good. Always wanting to provide a service for people to enhance the quality and the value of their comic books. So if you guys are interested, I'm probably going to have this little promo going on. I mean, to be honest, probably through the rest of the year, starting out. So take advantage of this, get some books pressed. Also, tomorrow, our fourth affordable auction will be tomorrow. Man, who's this calling me? Hold on a second. It's a buddy of mine. Real quick. Hold on a second. Hello. All right, sorry about that. Buddy of mine was calling. I'm helping him. He's kind of going through some things. But anyways, anyways, tomorrow will be the fourth affordable auction, 7 p.m. Eastern. Hope people can come check it out. Go to my Instagram at Strictly Comics so you can see what I'm going to be auctioning off. I haven't even really gotten to a lot of the good stuff yet. I'll probably just do a couple things today, and tomorrow I'm just going to unload with probably 10 or 20 posts of books that I'm going to be auctioning off tomorrow evening. So if you want to know what I'm going to auction off, go to my Instagram at Strictly Comics. Also, JLS Comics Tuesday Comic Conversation. We're still doing that with Jesse, Justin, and Chris until the 31st when we switch over to Thursday. So you got a couple, 2 or 3 more Tuesdays, and then we're going to switch on over to Thursday. So I definitely want to thank Jesse for that. But like I said before, I think he's going to have better reaction on Thursday evenings. Also, check those guys out at comicbook.com. Justin is the managing editor over there. Jesse does a crap ton of writing. And if anybody else wants to do any kind of writing for a good website, reach out to Justin. I'm sure he will help you do what it is that you would like to do. Okay. Let me stop sharing just for a second. Let me go to the chat real quick, see what everybody's talking about. I want to thank everybody watching this morning already. I really appreciate that. Jesse's in the house. What's up, Jesse? Good morning. CGC fan. Hey, you done started something, CGC fan. You done started something. Jason Smith, what's up, man? Who else is an NES master? NES. Are you like a hardcore Nintendo Entertainment System player? You a gamer? What's up, man? Because every time I see your name, I think of like I want to go play Mario Brothers or something. I don't know. What's up, Otaku Dan? Joseph Stoner wants to know the charge for pressing. Go to my Facebook page at Strictly Comics. Go to the services tab, and you'll find your answer out there. You'll get all the pricing that I offer for people. Thank you, NLC. Yeah, check out the Facebook, bro. Check out the Facebook. Oh, he doesn't do Facebook. Well, it's $10 for a modern and Copper Age book, 12 for a Bronze Age book, 14 for Silver and Golden Age, and cleaning is included with Modern and Copper Age, but it is not included with Bronze, Silver, or Golden. Cleaning is an extra $3. And spine roll, I think, is either $4 or $5 if you have a really bad spine roll, it needs to be fixed. But right now, my promo, I'm doing 3 books for the price of 2. If you don't do Facebook, bro, you're really going to want to check out Facebook, or get with somebody who has Facebook so that you can kind of look up everything, because I don't have time right now to go through all of that right here, right now. Iron Galactus says, if we can't make it to the auction, can we send you our max silent bids via message? Yeah, I mean, I don't care. The thing about silent bids is I don't want people to think that I'm just putting out a bid that maybe I just want to avoid all suspicion and speculation and stuff like that. That's why I prefer the bidding to go in the chat, because everybody else who's bidding or wants to bid can see what other people have bidded on. Silent chats is just more like it could be a real person that put in an actual bid, or some people might be thinking like, oh, he's just throwing that out there because he wants to raise the price and there's not really anybody else bidding on this. So just to avoid all that, that's why I kind of have the bidding going up in the chat. But I mean, I guess you could. I could say that this is from Iron Galactus. I don't know if I would say just someone made a bid. I would have to probably specify your name, but that's probably how I'd go about doing that. It's okay, Joseph. It's just it's just that's just where I try to drive people to the Facebook thing, man. Because I don't know. I guess I could try to find a way to maybe take some screenshots and send them to you. If you want to, Joseph Stoner, you want to like send me an email or something, man, direct message me. I'll take some screenshots and just like send them to you so that you can get an idea of what's up. Appreciate that, Jesse. Yeah, with my promos that I got going on, it's literally like as low as like $7 or $8 a book. You're not going to find anything cheaper than that. J Rod Ham in the house. He doesn't do Facebook either. What's wrong with you people? Or I could take some screenshots and throw it on Instagram. It's fading out. What's up, man? He says Warlock was a nice read. Is that what you got, man? Did you get those Warlocks? Or did I throw something in there for you? I don't remember, man. Anyways, let's go ahead and do this. Let me share my screen again, because I kind of prepped the show this morning. Let me hide this. Okay, so CDC fan wanted me to look up Walking Dead #1, and I kind of found some interesting things out about this book as I was kind of going through it this morning. He wanted me to look up a CGC 9.8, which, understandable. Hot book, right? Hot book. And this was the last sale on eBay. It went for just over $2,500, almost $2,600 on eBay. GPA has this book right now. Well, they recorded the last selling price, which is the one I just showed you. But this book is actually maxed out this year at a record high of $45.05. I cannot believe that. But It maxed out in, was it January? Yep, January. Now, the thing about this January date is Walking Dead was not even showing because of the playoffs and, you know, getting ready for the Super Bowl. But it was, what was it, a couple months off in between, in between season one, season A and season B, whatever you want to call it, the first and second half of the season. There was like, what, a month or two to where you just didn't get any Walking Dead. But one of the things I did notice is as you continue, now the show ended, I think, in February or March. Let me see real quick. The last episode aired April 2nd, right here. So if you go up, here's April 8th. Okay, it's still topping out at like 2 or 3 grand, close to 3 grand. And you keep going, it actually starts to, you know, drop a little bit. Now it does spike up again, but it's fewer and further between than before. You know, look at this. You're getting like 3 grand, 28 grand, 29, 29, 29, you know, 37, 28, 31, 3 grand right here. So as you get further away from that season finale, the price actually drops a little bit. Just another indication of these TV shows and these movies drive the market. And I tell people, do not be buying these books when they're at their peak. You don't need to have this book, not at peak value. It just doesn't make any sense to me, because you're not even talking about years out. You're talking about just a few months out, and the price of your book is actually losing value. This is just evidence that of what I believe, and I believe this to be completely true. This is just evidence of the fact that a few years after The Walking Dead is done, I think that this book will probably be maybe a $1,200 book. I think I said that in the past. I think it might have gone as high as 15, but I think I said it would be like a $1,200 book, because it's going to be out of sight, out of mind, and people are just going to go on to the next hot thing, the next newest thing, whatever that may be. So I just thought this was very, very interesting to see that this book, I mean, even the last sales now, it's down to about 25. And look at this, guys. Here's another thing. Arrow down, arrow down. It's dropped over the past few months. Look at this arrow. All these arrows pointing down right here, pointing down. This is like a year ago, I think. Let me see. Was it a year ago? 2016 average. Look at it, it's dropped. It's dropped. Look at a 9.4 from the 2016 average. 2016 average was 15. Look at it now. It's about 13. Okay. 2016 average was 17.9. Now the average is 15.5. You know, the evidence is here, people. And for all you hardcore Walking Dead fans, if you want to believe that Walking Dead is here to stay, only time will tell. I'll just say that. Only time will tell. But the evidence is clear to me that this book is not here to stay. It is not here to stay. So definitely want to thank CDC fan for having me look up this book. I think we actually looked it up before in the past, but I don't remember. And I was actually looking on Wikipedia, the episodes, and you got, what was it, December 11th right here was the last episode, because the playoffs kicked off, and then you had the Super Bowl. And look at right here, it showed up right after the Super Bowl, because The Walking Dead doesn't want to compete with the NFL, which is smart. So it took, what, a couple months off? Yeah, a couple months off before it came back. So, you know, just, you know, you could take my advice, or you could throw it in the trash, whatever you want to do. But if I'm buying books, I'm not buying them when a movie comes out or a TV show is hot. There's no way. Patience is a virtue, people. All right, here's the other one that he wanted me to look up. Batman Adventures number 12. Same thing. Same thing. Look at this. 9.8 Last one sold for about 15. Was it this one? No, I think it's the one before that. 1,500. Last year's value average almost $1,900. Okay, almost $1,900. This book had a max selling point of 2,500, which was last year, which was when the movie was out. What about now? $1,000 difference. Look at this: 25. Last sale 15. $1,000 difference. Why are people? Oh, I'm sorry. Woosah. Woosah. Look, just you can do what you want with your money, but you give me 25 grand to buy this book. Guess what? I'm waiting for a very long time, or if I can find out in the wild pretty cheap before I actually get it. And I have a point to all this, people. I have a point to all this, and actually, this might go along with the point I want to make. CGC fan also wanted me to look up a first Punisher, Amazing Spider-Man 129 4.0. I couldn't find a 4.0 on eBay. I found a 4.5. And did this one sell? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. This one sold for about 500. I would have to assume a 4.0 would sell anywhere between like 4 and 450. But let's go and see what GPA has to say about this book. This book has a lot of arrows going up over the past year or so. Now, I know a lot of that has to do with the Punisher being what's a good range. Let me try 8.5. I'm gonna try 8.5. I'm gonna try a 9.4. There's a point to all this, people, so please bear with me. Okay, so before we got the Punisher and Daredevil, which was what? It was 2015, maybe, right? Okay, forget all that. Go before that. Look at what this book was at a 9.4. Before there was any Punisher on a Netflix Daredevil series, this book in 2007 was a $1,400 book. 2008, $1,600 book. 14, 15, right? 14, almost 1,900 right here. Then the Punisher comes along, and the Netflix series, Daredevil Netflix series, it jumps up to 2,500. But my point is that before we had any kind of talks of the Punisher in Daredevil, this book was already fetching like $1,500. Okay, already fetching $1,500. First appearance of the Punisher. What does that say about the 8.5? It's maxed out, $1,800. Okay, so the Netflix series did help it out significantly, but even before that, look at this: 5, 6, $600 book, 7, 9 before any kind of movie announcement, 9, 8. It's still an $800 and $900 book before any kind of TV series. So my point is that don't go buying these books, man, when these TV series and these movies are out. We've all heard the idea, the concept: buy low, sell high. Buy low, sell high. Okay, let me just show you guys something I picked up this week. I think I might have showed it to everybody already. Okay, I picked this up Monday. I showed this on Jesse's comic conversation. First appearance of Mr. Freeze. Okay, low grade book. There hasn't been any kind of Mr. Freeze. Mr. Freeze probably hasn't been in a movie since what? Arnold Schwarzenegger? 20 years ago. And we all know that movie didn't it didn't do very good. I think it's like one of the worst movies of like the all time or the 90s or something like that. But anyways, I picked this book up Okay, it's a low grade copy. And for all you people who only deal with high grade stuff, that's you. I got a low grade copy, and I'm going to show you why. I'm going to show you why even a low grade copy of this is significant. We're going to keep sharing screens, keep sharing screens. All right. Let's see. Batman 121, right? Look at this. Look at this. Let's start at the bottom. 2.0. Look at what it's done over the years with no movie announcement. Why? Because this book is rare and it's hard to find. Look at this. 2013, it maxed out at 255. There was only one sale, but because they're hard to come by, look at what they're selling for. 3 years later, 505. This year, a 2.0, a $985 book. No movie announcement. Look at this. 3.0, 850. Look at this. A 4.0. I think Marky from NY Warriors had like a 4.0 or 4.5. Look at this book, man. It's a $1,400 book. No movie announcement. Look at this. 2010, it was 179, 380, 460. 2015, $977. 2016, last year, $1,100 book. This year, that book is sold for $1,400. And guess what, people? This book is only going up. Look at all the arrows pointing up. No movie announcement. No TV series that I know of. I could be wrong, but none of that. And this book is just going up, going up, going up. So let me go to the chat, see what you guys are saying, because I know I've been talking for the past 15 minutes. I want to hear what you guys are discussing, because I know I probably missed a lot. Joseph Starner, I bought one book at peak value, never again will. There you go. Hey, you got somebody. Hey, you got somebody that learned already. Joseph Stoner says he bought one book at peak value, never again will he do it. Kudos to you, man. Don't do that. Well, okay. So Rag brings up a interesting discussion. He says he guesses it depends. He said this is The Walking Dead, but I would guess some other examples would suggest prices continue to go up after the media hype. One of the books that I could probably say has continued going up is the first appearance of Thanos, but that's because Thanos has been hyped now for like 10 years. And we're finally going to get to see him. Is it this year or next year? Now, some people believe that once Thanos is long gone out of the big screen, a lot of people think that book is not going to continue to drop. It may or may not. I don't know. I mean, that's something I could probably look up. I don't want to look up right now because I want to go up through y'all's comments and stuff like that. But that would probably be a good book to look up on GPA, is that Iron Man 55, to see what it was doing before we heard of Thanos in 2008. Was it 2007, 2008, 2009, somewhere around there? But for the most part, these books go down, especially villains. ETA Nick did a discussion about this. I think he was comparing villains to like B-list heroes or something like that, and how they continue. It's not a good investment. It's not a wise investment. Joseph's like so depressing. It's all good, man. Just learn from your mistakes. You'll be fine, bro. Don't even sweat it. Rag says, "Thank God you didn't buy that God Country #1 at 9.8." Yeah. I've seen that book has dropped also. Yep. And as a matter of fact, I had one of those and I sold it. It was like the B cover. And I sold it. When I saw it was going for 40 or 50 bucks, I sold it. I knew then. Because the only other reason I would have to keep it is if there was a TV or movie announcement. Then I would have kept it, and then I would have waited just before it came out, sold it. Only 50 bucks in the hole. Yeah, that's not too bad, Joseph. That's not too bad. Yeah, it's not like you lost $1,000 or anything like that. um, Rag wants me to go to a low grade in that book. What book? Walking Dead. What's up, Adam? Adam's in the house. Yeah, Adam. We're just kind of we're talking about books going up and going down because of movie and TV, and what books really to look for that do not fluctuate according to movies and TVs. So, J Rod, you said Mr. Freeze was in Gotham season 2. I didn't know that. Yeah, I agree, J Rod. I don't know if that would have drove the book high either. Although it did spike the first appearance of Azrael. It spiked interest in that book, that Sword of Azrael from 92, 93. And of course, it's back down because they say that his performance wasn't all that great. But once there was footage of Azrael in Gotham, that book did spike up. Yeah, I'm reading Rag. I'm reading, bro. Okay, so I think I'm all caught up. Okay, so let me look up a low grade copy of Walking Dead. I'd be curious to see what people are paying for that book, man, at a low grade. Oh shoot, let me share my screen again. Walking Dead #1. Okay, so 9.4 is at around 1350, 9.2, 1230, 9.0, 1100, 8.5, 1200. Oh wow. Look at this. Now this is very interesting. You see, look at where people are paying for 8.0, 8.5, 9.0. They're all around the same price. Why? Because this book is hard to come by. So people are paying almost anything for it. A 6.0 for 790. Now here's one thing I do know about The Walking Dead #1, and I heard this off of the first or second season of Comic Book Men, is there were less than 8,000 copies of this book printed. #1. That's why you continue to always see a different Walking Dead #1 with a variant cover that they freaking put out like a couple times a year, which is just ridiculous. Um, but less than 8,000 copies. That also is contributing to the spike in price. But I don't think it's gonna. I don't think it's gonna. I don't think it's gonna stay there. Man, who the heck is selling a? Look at this, man. Oh my god, a .5 sold for 750 bucks. A 1.5 sold for 850. Who is paying for this stuff, man? Are you kidding me? 800 bucks for a .5, a 1.5. Are you smoking crack? This is just ridiculous, man. This is just ridiculous. Guys, control your emotions, man. Don't get all hyped up about this stuff, man. Sleep on him. Let me tell you something our pastor told us. Completely agree. Our pastor, the church I go to, he says, if you're ever going to spend anything, $100 or more, sleep on it at least for a day. Sleep on it for a day. I think it was either a day or a week. Chances are, after you slept on it or after a little bit of time has gone by, chances are you might not be as interested in that purchase that you want to make as you were at first. And I think it was either $100 or $1,000. He said like sleep on it for a week or something like that. Same reason, because after a week, after a day, you may not feel the same way. So just some friendly advice to everybody who may or may not be watching this. Whatever you want to purchase, sleep on it. It's nothing you have to have. ETA Nick talks about that all the time. What are his videos got to have? You know, we don't always have to have everything that we see, okay? And one of the discussions I'm going to get into on my channel eventually is addiction, comic book addiction. Why are we so addicted to comic books? Why? And I know exactly why. And we'll get into that in another video, but I think it would make for a great topic of discussion. So let me see what you guys are talking about in the chat real quick. Just want to thank everybody for watching this morning. What are you guys saying? NES Master says he was on the fence of getting a new Exo Manowar metal cover. I've seen as cheap as $600 and up to $1,300. He stopped looking. Wow, that's a dang Exo Manowar for that much. Wow. Yeah, Iron Galactus. Yep, the Walking Dead. Oh, the Walking Dead #2 was even a smaller print run. Really, I didn't know that. That would make sense. That would make sense, but it's still not the first appearance of those characters. I would bank on a #1 before I banked on a #2. Yep, Joseph Stoner, you're right, man. Yep, about 7,000-8,000 copies. Yep, Adam. Yep, we definitely covered that already. The how it's going to, it's not going to plummet, but it's going to drop a lot once the season is over with. And you know, the funny thing is that I think a week or two ago there was discussion out there of an article that was put out of Robert Kirkman saying that he has an ending to The Walking Dead, and I heard this 4 years ago. He has an ending to the story, and only he knows what it is. And when will that happen? Who knows? But if you read Invincible, which is also a Robert Kirkman property, they're ending that title. And you're what, 130, almost 140 issues in. So these books are, you know, nothing lasts forever, guys. I'm telling you, man, I'm trying to tell you, if you have that book, and you know, I don't want to, you know, I apologize if I'm making this an entirely a Walking Dead topic of discussion, but I knew this last year. Okay, we got Negan, right? And I started collecting Walking Dead around, I started buying them off the rack around the late 80s, the early 90s. Like issue 92, I think, was the first one I bought, something like that. And once we got to 100 with the first appearance of Negan, and then we got the first appearance of Negan when the season started last year, I knew then. I was like, I knew then. And then you had the whole Dave Chappelle thing on Saturday Night Live, you know, doing his skit with Negan and all of his other characters. I knew then that, you know what, I need to sell this stuff. And I sold my entire Walking Dead collection. I had like 60 something issues. I sold, and I got a good deal for what I sold. Why? Because somebody was buying into the hype. somebody wanted those books, and you know what? I cashed in. And when you have a lottery ticket, you don't hold on to that lottery ticket. You cash in that lottery ticket. Okay. So all you guys who have these Walking Dead #1s all the way through those early issues, please don't hold on to these books forever, because you're going to be butthurt 5 years after that show is over with, and that $2,500 book that you bought is like a $1,200 book. I'm just saying. So put that out there. Okay, so oh wow, 1 in 500. Dang, yeah, it's a pretty rare book. It's all metal. Oh, that's the book that we were talking about, that was a CBCS and CGC couldn't grade, or they didn't want to grade. I remember hearing about this book. Okay, I got you. Jesse took my idea, man. That's what I said, man. That's exactly what I said. It's gonna be like this, that 80s series Dallas, TV series Dallas. Rick just wakes up and the whole thing was a dream. Okay. I'll answer a question real quick. Don't really I don't mind telling you guys. Let me unshare my screen real quick. Let me answer a question. Okay. NLC asked how much I paid for this book. Let me tell you a story behind this book. I was at a comic shop trying to see if I could leave handouts and flyers for my pressing service that I'm offering. I'm going around all of Houston, leaving my cards at any local comic shop that will let me leave them there. And I saw this along with a few other ones on the table, and it kind of caught my eye. And this guy sells comics and sports cards. He mostly does like baseball, football cards. I think he said like 60 or 80% of his business is sports cards, and the comics are like a small part of his business. And anyways, he had this on the counter, and I was kind of looking through it. I was like, whoa. Now, I know what this book is, but I've never really seen one in the wild. And because I don't really come across this book or even really have looked into this book too much, I didn't really know what it demanded. Which brings me to another topic. Ooh, you guys are gonna love this. We'll go to this when I get through talking about this. Anyways, long story short, the guy had this on the table, and I started looking through it. I asked him what he wanted for it, or what he think he would ask for it. I started pointing out all the defects. It's got rust on the staples. It's got tape on the back of the front cover. It's a 2.0, guys. It's not a 9.4. It's not a 9. It's 2.0. And he wasn't sure yet. And so I was like, all right. And so I left. After talking to him for a little while. And then when I went home, I could not stop thinking about this book. I could not stop thinking about it. And I thought about it all week. Ask Jesse, they'll tell you, man. I thought about this book all week. And so Monday, the day before I went, Monday, a couple of hours before I went to see if he still had this, I actually prayed about it. Now, I'm a Christian. I pray about a lot of stuff. Try to pray about everything as much as possible, but I prayed about it. And I was like, God, it's like, if that book is still there, please let it be available at a price that I can afford, that I can deal with. Really more for like investment purposes. Actually, no, I was gonna slab it and flip it, but I've changed my mind about that. When I got to the shop, guess what? When I got to the shop, I kid you not, on the same part of the table in the same spot, those same stack of books were still there. Like, he didn't even move them or touch them or really do much of anything with it. I was like, what? And so I started talking to him again. I was like, after, just talking to him about gibberish and stuff like that, I walked over and was like, so did you price these books yet? And he's like, no. I was like, well, what do you want for these books? And so he already knew the most that I wanted to pay for it. I didn't want to pay more than $300 for it. And that's just because of all the defects. But after I found out what this book demands graded. I was like, whoa. And this guy kind of has this stuff a little bit overpriced. So I'm expecting to probably pay like anywhere from $500 to $700 for this book, which if you would have asked for that, I would have just walked out and been like, never mind. I paid $220 for this book. $220 for this book. I couldn't believe it. When he offered that price, it was a stealth buy, pretty much. It was a stealth buy. I didn't have any cash on me. I didn't have that much cash on me, and I didn't want to walk. I don't want to leave without buying it, because there was actually another guy that was there that heard that, and he was actually showing me on his phone what GPA is on this book, and he didn't show the owner. He was showing me, and I didn't want to take a chance of leaving it and then him grabbing it. So I just used my credit card. I put it on my credit card, and I walked out with this book for $220. Now, once I slab it, it'll probably demand about $900 to $1,000. And as we saw, according to the GPA, this book continues to go up. So that's how much I paid for it. But let me show you guys something which I think is very interesting, which I think you guys will enjoy. Let me share my screen one more time, because this is some good stuff. So I was at Comics MV, and we talked about this a week or two ago. This is another good resource to use when buying a book. So I looked up this Batman book. Excuse me. Batman 121. But just like GPA, now you got to kind of choose your grade. I'll choose like a 2 point. I'll just choose like a 2.5. And then you got your date range. I'd like to go to just all. I'm just going to go to all time. So and it does the same thing. Low sale $620. High sale average $926, $749. But as I was on this website, when you go further down, look at what they give you. They give you a gauge of market activity, which I thought was awesome. Current market availability, it's like a 4 out of what, 10. So it's almost in the middle. Recent demand is high. Okay. Now let me show you guys what it looks like for a Hulk 181. Incredible Hulk 181. What's a good grade range for this book? We'll just say say 8.5. 8.5. We'll say over the past 2 years. 8.5 on the low end, $800. On the high end, this book is sold for almost $2,900. Now let's go down to the gauges. Look at the market activity. Current market availability, it's high. So there's a lot of books in this market. Recent demand, look at that, high. Now with the Batman 121, as you saw, the market availability, it was over here. So that what that was saying is there's not a whole crap ton of them out there. But these Hulk 181s, there's a lot of them out there. But the demand is still high, so it doesn't matter. It's still, with a high demand and a lot of them available, it's still peaking out at almost $3,000. Look at that, almost $3,000 for this book. So I just wanted to point that out because I thought it was very interesting on this website, which GPA Analysis does not really provide. This is a good little bonus feature, I think, to Comics MV. So use that as you will, but I think Comics MV is still a pretty good resource, and I think I'm probably leaning more towards using it instead of GPA, paying for GPA once my membership has expired. So just wanted to kind of put that out there. Let's see what you guys are saying in the chat. Oh, NLC says it's going to end with Carl, not Rick. Wow. Spoiler alert. Yeah, I'll look up ASM 299 for you, Junior Gaming. So you guys got some books you want me to look up? I'll do it real quick because I got about 13 minutes. Let me go to Junior Gaming first. I'll use GPA. He wants an ASM 299. What grade? Junior Gaming, you got to give me a grade, man. Got to give me a grade. Unless you want to see all of them. I mean, obviously, because of the Venom movie announcement, it's going to go up. Yeah. See, look at all these arrows going up, 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 up. Look at this, up, up, up. So, what kind of grade am I looking at? Oh, a 9.3. What? There's no such thing as a 9.3. I'll look up a 9.4. 9.4. There you go. $100 book. Not an expensive book. I wouldn't have that book graded unless it was a 9.8. As a matter of fact, 1 or 2 weeks ago, I cracked open my 9.4. Or was that a 298? Anyways, I cracked it open just because at a 9.4, maybe a 9.6, I would have left it. But if it's not a 9.8, it may get removed from the slab. So 9.4 is about $100 book. 9.2 is about a $70 book. So to answer your question, Junior Gaming at 9.3 would probably be like an $80 or $90 book. All right, let me go ahead and move on to. You guys got to give me the grades. If you primer 2, please, 9.0 or 9. I don't even know what primer is. Make sure you guys give me the grades, you guys. Primer. Is that an image book? Primer. Is this it? Like from the 80s? 9.0 primer number 2. To 9.8. What the heck is this? Sorry, you guys got me curious on what I want to know what this primer is. Primer. Oh, is that what you're talking about? First Grendel? That has to be what you're talking about. Oh, yeah. I know who that character is. Okay. 9.0, like $100 book. It's gone down. Wow. It's gone down unless you have a higher grade. It's about $100 book, 9.2. Oh, wow. 9.2, $345 book. Wow. It almost makes you want to just stick with a 9.2. And then the 9.4, 270. so on and so forth. 9.6, 9.8. Dang, 9.8, $1,300 book. Wow. First Grendel. I remember that character from the 90s, man. See him quite a bit. All right. So there you go, sir. What else we got? Any heat on Invincible #1? I don't know, Vernon Johnson. I really don't know. I would have to think not, because I don't feel that vibe too much anymore, not since they announced it. DC Comics Presents 26. Is that like the first He-Man? DC Comics Presents. '26. DC Comics Presents 26 at a 9.6. Okay, so DC Comics Presents number 26 at a 9.6 is about a $300 book. Yeah, I don't know what that is, but it's kind of an expensive book. And if you look at the chart here, it's gone up right around the year 2014. So, and it's actually pretty much stayed over the past 3 years. And here's more evidence right here of that. 2014, 325, 375, 380, 365. So it's holding pretty steady, definitely at like at least a $300 book. So there you go, my friend. Fantastic Four #5 and Fantastic Four #48. I will do that for you. And guys, make sure you use Comics MV. It's completely free. Use that so you can check out also the market availability, the market availability and the market demand for the books that you guys want checked out. Fantastic Four #5. At a 7.0. It's about a, holy crap, what the heck is that? That's a $4,000 book. Dang. There you go. That's a $4,000 book. Wow. I don't know what the heck that book is. I know FF48. What is that? First Watcher or Silver Surfer? Number 48. 8.5. Wow. A $1,400 book, whatever that is. Dang. And it's only gone up. That book has continued to rise over the past few years. It hasn't really gone down. Wow. Probably because of the rarity of the book. Look at that. Once you got into 2015, 2016, it was at minimum about a $1,500 book. Dang. Nice. If you got that, man, nice stuff. I'll check out Invincible real quick for you, Vernon. .8, 9.6. Dang. Look at this. Okay, so we got that movie announcement. I don't know when, but holy crap, that book is maxed out at 1,500. See, here's another example, people. Look at this. Once we got that movie talk, look at what that book did. Now you haven't heard anything in months. Look at what the last sale was. $760. Could you imagine if you spent $1,500 on this book and then now with this, you would have to just sit on it. You would have to sit on it in hopes that Kirkman followed through with what he said he was going to do and do an Invincible movie. Wow. Wow. Could you imagine spending $1,500 on that? Dang. And a 9.6, $440 book. It continues to go up from what this shows, although it did max out at $650 at one point. Dang. There you go. That's a big difference, though. $440. Well, I guess not really. I was thinking $1,500. $440 to $760. $320 difference. So, Joseph, I've already looked up 361, ASM 361. I don't know if, I mean, I'll check it out real quick, but I think I did that a couple weeks ago. I don't think that the market has changed. Oh, I don't know if it's showing that the market has changed too much because that Carnage movie announcement was just made, and I know that GPA records 30, 90. The earliest they record, I think, is 30 days. Let me see real quick. ASM 361. I'm just going to look up at 9.8. Okay, so it is going up. 350. When did that book sell for 480? When did that book sell for $480? Yeah, it was about that time that we got the movie announcement. Oh, here we go. June 16th. That book sold for $480. Dang. Dang. And look at it's already dropped a little bit. Jeez. It's still good. It's a good book to have. New Mutants 87, 5.5. I'll do that and one more, and then I'm going to wrap this up because my time is about to expire. Whoops. $87, 7.5, and 5.5. I'll look both of those up because I'm already here. 7.5 and a 5.5. New Mutants 87, 7.5 is about a $100 book. 5.5 is about from what this says, $75 book. Okay. So 7.5, $100 book right here. 5.5, $75 book right here, according to GPA. According to GPA. All right, last one. Wonder Woman 206 from 73 for J. Rod Ham. Wonder Woman 76 or 206. From the 70s. Is this it? Looking up the right one. 206 from the 70s. This is the right one. 9.0. It's about, no, that can't be it. $38 book. Oh, sorry about that. That can't be it, right? From the 70s. That has to be it. 206. Because there isn't any other Wonder Woman series from the 70s other than this one. So if this is the right one, J-Rod from 73 and a 9.0, it's like a $30 book. So there you go, my friend. There you go, my friend. All right. Let me stop sharing. Guys, I want to thank you guys so much. Please check out my auction tomorrow. Going to be starting off a lot of books off at just $1. All right. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. You guys have a very blessed and very wonderful weekend. Make sure you like, share, comment, subscribe. I always appreciate it. Keep God first in your life and enjoy your comic books. Until next time, everybody. Peace.